Hey, what's going on? It's Peter. I'm here with another video to help you guys tackle one of the biggest problems in this digital world today, and that is identity theft. If you are not operating under the assumption that your information is already out there somewhere, whether it's the dark web, in someone's hands, wherever it is, you have to operate as if your information is exposed. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to best protect yourself to minimize the chances of having to deal with identity theft, which can be a nightmare. So let's get into it. There are numerous forms of identity theft, and there are numerous ways that you can take to protect yourself. So let's jump into a couple of the common things. The most common thing is somebody stealing your identity and using it to apply and open up new credit. So the question is, how do you prevent it? Well, here's what you can do. One, getting credit monitoring is very helpful. It will alert you if anyone pulls your credit. But if you want to be one step ahead of it, I would strongly recommend, if you are somebody who does not do a lot of transactions, freeze your credit reports. It is absolutely free to freeze your credit reports. You have to go directly to the credit bureaus, TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. You can do it all online. You will find the links in the description of this video. This is very helpful because it will block anyone from attempting to open up new credit in your name. They will not be able to proceed with an application. Your credit will not be available for them to use, and a new credit account, whether it's cell phone or credit card or even a car, will not be approved because they will not be able to get access to your credit report. Now, does this protect you against all identity theft? No, it doesn't. So what are the other forms of identity theft that you need to be thinking about? It's when somebody takes over an existing account. Let's say you've got a credit card that you've had open for a long time and they get the number. Sometimes that happens through apps, or if you use a website. If you're using a payment method that you use on other random websites, there's a good chance that at some point or another, that credit card information could be taken from you. So my suggestion to you, can you prevent this? It's really hard to prevent it. So what could you do? Well, you could prevent your exposure. And what I mean by that is, for small purchases, I strongly recommend you have a credit card that has only $1,000 limit. And for all of your online purchases, only use that card. Very critical. It's very helpful because it will definitely minimize your exposure. So if you're somebody who buys things online, whether it's stores, figure out what the average purchase is. If you have to go $1,500 or $2,000 limit, do that. Just make sure that it's going to be something that's enough, and make sure that you only use that payment method for online purchases. That way, if you go direct to a store that you like, or wherever you go, you're only using this one credit card. So you're limiting your exposure to just this card. You don't want to use all of your cards in a bunch of different places, because then you'll never figure out how they got a hold of it. And you'll also not have to worry about it because you know you only use one. So what else should you do? Get two-factor authentication so that no one can steal or hijack your email, because that will expose you to so many more opportunities for identity theft. And if you've ever dealt with identity theft, it is a literal nightmare to deal with. I've seen people had their bank accounts where somebody will walk into a PNC bank in a different state with an ID and they pull money out of your checking account. So you need to be very careful with identity theft, and you have to understand that it is very sophisticated, it's very advanced, and if somebody really is trying to get after you, you need to freeze your credit reports. You need to only use one credit card for all your online purchases. You need to have two-factor authentication on your emails, on your credit cards, platforms, on your banks, on your bank accounts. Everywhere you want to have the two-factor authentication. The other thing that you want to do, your password for your cell phone account. You do not want to use the same password or code words or PINs that you use anywhere else. Separate it all. Do not use the same information. Do not use the same passwords. Trust me on this. If they crack your passwords, they're really good. They can get a bunch of other things. You don't want to deal with that headache. So as long as you freeze your credit reports, you have the two-factor authentication set up, you've got different passwords, you're only using one card for your online purchases, you have now done a significant amount to protect yourself and to minimize your exposure, reducing your headache, and letting you be able to not relax, but not be as stressed if you were completely exposed. Hope this video helps. If you have any questions about identity theft, leave them in the comments. If you like this video, would love for you to subscribe to it, send it to somebody. This is the kind of information that should help you position yourself to be as secure as you possibly could be in this day and age. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video.